Good morning. I've had a number of messages come through to me and comments and messages, private messages on Twitter that suggesting, don't go after the doctors, don't say mean things, don't focus on their character. I understand where those are coming from. I understand the idea that behind that, but we're not in a court. We're sort of in like a speaker's corner situation here. We're in the public square. But more importantly than that is, who are these people? And what have they done? And what are they doing every day? Every day. They're committing a very slow, painful, excruciating murder against someone. And they've been doing it in the case of those 4 so-called doctors. They've been doing it for 8 years, since 2015. Committing a slow murder of a young person and damning them to just a terrible fate, which is completely unjust. And Evans has been doing the same, and the police have been doing the same. The prosecution have done the same, and the jury have done the same. The judge has done the same. They've committed murder in a very slow way. To steal someone's life like that, to steal Lucy Letby's love of her work, her dedication, her confidence, all her happiness, to steal her home, effectively, everything she'd worked for, to steal her good name, to murder her name, to murder her name in front of the world, and to do it every day and go on the television like Jayaram and cry in front of the camera, to be bashful about being called a hero but secretly really liking it, keep turning up. Like Evans now, in that horrible headline, I can't bear to read the article, in which he says, he doubles down. And this is what evil is. It carries on. It won't stop. It won't stop until they're stopped. It won't stop until they're stopped. They carry on in that headline which says, oh, well, Lucy Letby might be responsible for harming 256 babies. If that doesn't tell a person who has any level of critical thinking straight away what kind of charlatan and fraud that person is, that he can make a statement like that. What a witch hunter. These are the witch hunters. People have said to me, you might start a witch hunt. But yeah. Well, no, but it's not a witch hunt. They're the accusers. They're the witch hunters. They're the villains here. They're criminals. It's a type of not a type of crime. It is a crime what they've done. Bearing false witness. It's a crime what they've done. And it's a spiritual and soul murder that they've been involved in. And they're doing it and glorifying in it and getting paid for it. In the case of Evans, in the case of the police, those particular detectives, they're getting paid for it. In the case of the prosecution, in the case of the judge and that whole system and the CPS, all that are involved in this slow murder of a human being, this torture, it's a torture involving the murder of someone's life. The dark, exquisite torture of someone before the world and not caring about it, with no conscience, zero conscience. So these people, these doctors, I don't want to call them doctors. What are they? What are they? Yeah, nominally they're doctors, but there's no conscience there. Do we want to call them, narcissism, narcissistic, Machiavellian, dark triad personalities, psychopathic? I think there's elements of that in all of them. In all of them here. In all of them. It is they who are rotten. And they've attacked innocence to such a degree that they've tried to murder it in front of the world. Well, they have, but Lucy's still there, and the light is still there, and we're still there. So no, I'm not going to... A strategy in a courtroom about how you act within certain ways and how you speak is something completely different. But they've monstered her. They've tortured and monstered. And literally, look at the pictures before and after. When she was a nurse enjoying her life, she's got a new home, a loving family, friends. And look at her, look at Lucy Letby's face afterwards, the pictures that they now put in those. I haven't even mentioned the evil media. I haven't even mentioned those loathsome creatures. Loathsome creatures. We're talking about evil here. We're talking about evil on a mass scale. On a mass scale. It's not misunderstanding. It's not confusion. It's evil that's delighting in what it's doing. And I'm sad to say, well, am I sad to say? I don't know if I'm even, it's just a reality. That the majority of human beings have got that in them, that they can very easily be led to enjoy the destruction of an innocent person and join in with it, with the pitchforks, the metaphorical pitchforks and flaming torches. Cheer it, as they did these hundreds of years ago in different parts of the world, across Europe, as they did with the person who was pointed out as the witch. Mostly female, but men as well. As they would come to those witch trials and the witch dunkings, and they'd cheer, and they'd come and see the hangings and the burnings. Wouldn't feel bad about it. It would do something for them. There'd be pleasure there. Sadism is what I'm talking about. Sadism. At the heart of all this is the deep, deep rooted sadism of a great, great many people in this world. What Evan's doing now? He wanted to retire, but he didn't, did he? Because he still wants power. The lust for power, the vanity, the arrogance. The arrogance allied to a very mediocre individual as a professional, Evans. You look into his background, look what he's done to other people. Look how they've suffered from his sadism in other times. So no, I'm not going to have, we mustn't say anything, must treat them, the doctors. No, I'm not saying people are saying that, but, well, where's the need when you've got in front of you, when you can see in front of you the profound evil at work, and it's at work in the world in many different ways. So, that's what I wanted to say. Cheers.